I agree with that. I think there's an affordability issue here, and we'll get into that in a second. I wanted to highlight a couple stats that you had talked about. That when you look at inventory in late January, there were 465,000 single family homes on the market across the entire country. Less than 500,000 single family homes. That's overall 36% fewer than the pre-pandemic numbers. Still higher than early 2022, which give some relief, but not what folks are looking for here. And then when you look at what's going on with affordability right now, well, affordability was a record low the end of 2022 because of these inventory levels. If you look at the National Association of Home Builders and the Wells Fargo Housing Opportunity Index, this was a record low of 2022 affordability, and they attribute it to rising rates. Right, we know that rates have, and they've even gone up a little bit this week. Supply chain distributions, elevated construction costs, lack of skilled workers, and all of this. I mean, there's so many things going on, and just 38.1% of new and existing homes sold were affordable to families earning the median U.S. income of $90,000. So you've got barely a third, less than 40% are considered affordable, and it's the third consecutive quarterly decline. So we talk about supply and demand all the time. The supply's not there. The demand's still high with millennial home buyers, folks that didn't purchase. And what you had mentioned this morning is that what the government's done, they've made it really easy to build multifamily housing in a lot of markets. I've seen it happen here where you're seeing zoning variances passed, and it's almost promoting renting, which has caused one of these issues. And to me, the biggest driver is you have the boomers locked in with 3 and 4% handles on their mortgage rates, and that's not going to change anytime soon. And some of the research out there, if you just look at pre-pandemic housing inventory levels, there's a Zillow survey of industry experts. They're talking about the end of 2024 best case. So that's basically 24 months from now. So I mean,
Yeah,
there's, and this was
it,
back in May of last year. So I think they're even less bullish on it now than they were back in May of last year.
because regulations and the administration decisions over the last few years have made it easier for people to build apartments. Also, the market, dynamics obviously drove that as well, as opposed to their ability to build single family homes. And there's a lot that goes into that conversation. But because of that, multifamily construction has boomed recently, and boomed last year. It was up an estimated 15%, according to economists speaking at NAHB, which was just
Hmm.
last week in Las Vegas. So 2022, Tom, multifamily construction exceeded a 500,000 annual pace for the first time since the Great Recession. However, NAHB is projecting that multifamily starts will fall 28% this year to about 391,000 total. They expect this will stabilize in 2024 to about 374,000. There are currently 943,000 apartments under construction right now, which is up 25% to a year ago. This is the highest count of apartments under construction since 1974.
Bananas.
So, and if you talk to any commercial broker, let us know if you're on YouTube and you're in the comments. If you're a commercial broker, maybe you're CBRE or somebody else, if you're seeing just price reductions on because they know that this inventory is about to hit the market, right?
Hmm.
That's what you would see in residential if we had this type of, built up affordable housing starts for single families. You would see price reductions happening now. Investors are like, hey, I'm getting deal after deal after deal because multifamily got a little bubblicious
Hmm.
the last couple years. And what this is doing, Tom, because what you'll see is rental prices come down this year for the first time in a long time because of all this inventory. It's going to continue to make renting a better option for people who should be thinking about buying their first home, who should be thinking about starting to build that generational wealth through home ownership. So, this administration, the next administration, local state administrations, they really need to figure out a way to help builders build affordable housing, whether it's condos, or single family starts, so that people can become home owners as opposed to this renter nation theme that has been building up over time in the last couple of years has certainly exploded.